Hello, 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 beloved souls. Welcome back. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who do, welcome back. High Vibe Tribe. I'm jamming right now. Freaking Jill Scott's A Long Walk just came on in the background, so I'm like, so hyped. Anyway, autumnal equinox. Shout out to me. Shout out to Gaia. And we have the eclipse. Shout out to Luna. So there's a lot of big energies coming in. For those of you who saw my little quick message I did last night, that storm was, it just it just got so much worse after I cut the camera off. Um, but it was so beautiful to watch. I mean, the lightning that has been coming in, the increase of power, focus, revelation, right? Because like in the midst of all those dark clouds, in the midst of everything, that lightning comes in with that freaking strong, powerful energy and lights up the sky. It's like, even if it's just a moment, you see everything. For a moment, you have like crystal clear clarity, right? And so it's just a reminder that as the storms of life are happening, do not forget that there are going to be things that you need to see along the way, and they're going to be revealed to you. But you have to keep your eyes open in order to tap into the energy, right? You're not going to see anything if you're living life like this, right? Your eyes got to be open. So we're in the middle of the darkness and you're adjusting to the darkness. When that light comes, boom, you see everything crystal clear, right? So nature is always talking to us, right? Gaia is always talking to us. The elementals are always talking to us. God is always talking to us. Our angels are always talking to us. There's never a point where we're not being poured into. Our receptivity of that energy may change, but it's never a point that God's like, there's never a point where God stops loving you. It's not like God's like, you know what? I'm done with that bitch today. She's been doing too much. Or he's stupid. Like I have no energy for him. Imagine, out of all the spiritual stories we've heard and all the things that have gone on in this world, imagine if God one day was just like, I'm tired of these niggas. Y'all do too much, right? No, that doesn't happen. We're infinitely loved. We have wisdom and knowledge and understanding that can come to us at any given moment. So all we have to do is tap into it. All we have to do is ask questions. I had like a random question just come up yesterday. Like in my mind, I was just, a Bible story stuck out to me, and I was just like, huh. And I was just like, I needed a deeper understanding of it, right? So who do I go to? I'm gonna talk to Yeshua, right? Like, help me understand this. God, help me understand this. Holy Spirit, help me understand what is it about this text that I'm not seeing, or why is that being brought to my awareness? Is that connection what I think it is, right? And so I start going down this rabbit hole, but you have to ask the questions in order to receive the answers, right? You have to put the seeds out there of desire, and then the universe is working with you, right? They always say take one step towards God and he'll take 10 steps towards you. But you got to get up and start fucking moving, right? And so the autumnal equinox, right? Autumn is all about letting things go, right? We're releasing things, dead things that are no longer serving us so that we can make space for the new, right? So we get rid of all the shit that we don't need anymore in autumn. We move into winter where it's about resting and kind of like sitting with that energy and reflecting, kind of like, well, what do I want to bring forth into this world now that I have this space in my container, right? What do I want to plant there instead, right? And then we start planting those beautiful seeds, and then in the springtime, since we had our desires there, since we had time to rest and sit with our energies and focus, we start to see the sprouting happening, right? So the seasons are always telling us. This is stories of life. It's very cyclical, right? Our lives are cyclical as well. You're born to die. We're on a freaking countdown from the time we come out of our mamas. So tapping into the energy, how can the autumnal equinox support you right now? How can this eclipse season support you right now, right? What do you need to get rid of? What do you need to let go of? What's blocking your container? Um what's keeping you constricted, right? That we're in this full moon in Aries, and I'm a fucking Aries sometime. I'm going through it right now. Y'all don't know. I'm like, pop, 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 pop. But this full moon in Aries is, we have full moon eclipse in Aries, right? And full eclipses always like shake things up, and we can get a little wild. And Aries is that fire energy, right? It's initiation. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It's the baby. It's that childlike wonder. It's the fool in the tarot, right? Because we're just confidently like moving things along and just trusting the universe to make it happen, right? Like, think about babies. Like, they just go, and they go and they know they'll be safe. Babies just start crawling and they're fine. They start walking, they're fine. They don't think twice about it. They're not worrying about what, if they start falling, they know someone's going to catch them. If they, like, babies are so trusting, right, of the universe. And that's the kind of trust that we need to have for the divine. Like, just trust, right? But you got to start making some moves. Like, what are you trying to do? That baby is crawling. that baby's grown. They're on the go. And maybe along the way, you might move a few things out their way so that they can keep along the path, but they're still going. They're still in motion. Every once in a while, they might look back to see if you're still with them, right? But then they're gonna keep going. What the heck? Sorry about that, guys. I actually don't know what happened. My computer literally just stopped recording and then went to my camera. It's weird. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not doing that with you today. Um, at all. So anyway, so they keep moving, right? Baby, I think I was talking about babies. So babies keep moving. I don't know where I got cut off at. And they just trust that everything is going to work out. That's the kind of energy that we have to have, right? So this Aries full moon eclipse is the harvest moon. That's the point I was trying to make before. And what do we do at harvesting, right? We took all the seeds from our springtime, right? And now they're coming out. Right now we get to see the fruits of the seeds that we planted. We get to see the fruits of our labor, right? We get to reap what we have sown. So, what have you been sowing in your seeds, right? Have you been cleaning up your vibrational garden? Have you been cleaning up um, your energetic field, right? Have you been speaking life over yourself, or have you been speaking death? Depending on what you're harvesting right now, you're gonna see. Am I getting the corn and the apples and the potatoes and stuff, or do I have a whole freaking garden of weeds? You know what I mean? We have to be accountable for that. We have to have an awareness of it. Having awareness is one of the most powerful tools that we have in this universe. Like once you have an awareness of something, you can shift immediately. Awareness, love, and forgiveness. For me, those are like my top three. Oh, and joy. I'll throw joy in there as well because joy is higher than love vibrationally. But awareness, love, joy, right? Like it puts everything into perspective. And then the energy of forgiveness, right? Because that's a healing balm. We forgive others, we forgive ourselves, we forgive ourselves, we forgive others. We get to bring in that beautiful energy into the realm. Actually, I'm gonna give you five: awareness, joy, love, forgiveness, and grace. Like those are my go-tos every day. There's never gonna be a day where I'm not working with those five energies and trying to just make my life a little bit better than it was the day before. Right? And that's all it is. It's about making your life a little bit better than it was the day before. Nobody's perfect. And if you were done, you wouldn't be here anymore. So just try and do your best, right? So what do you need to let go of during this time? Take a look at your life, and I tell you guys this all the time, like take a step back and take stock of your life. What do we need to change? What do you need to change? Do you need to change where you live? I know I do. I'm moving in the next couple of weeks. Actually on or before my son's 12th birthday, we'll be relocating to a 3-bedroom because I can't deal with the negativity. Um, around me nor the lack of safety, right? And so I had to prioritize. I can't even have my bed on the fucking wall because my neighbors are so he's so negative and low vibrational, and I'm so sensitive that I can't even sleep like that. I just had to had they were arguing. I'm not laughing that they were arguing, but I'm laughing because I was sitting here and I'm like trying to work, and I like all I hear is the Discord, and I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like I have things to do today. So I put on a freaking heart chakra meditation music, and I like turned it all the way up, and I put it against the wall to try to ease the energies over there. And so and I sent them some grace, and I sent them some love, and called in the angels like, can you help them out? Because they're doing too much. But it's like that type of thing. Like I'm doing too much work in somebody else's unhealthy ass relationship. I'm good. I'm single for a reason. So anyway, so funny. Anyway, so we have 4 decks that wanted to come out. I'm gonna start with the power animal. No, I guess I'm not. Gaia. Okay, no, work your light. Okay. I was gonna start with the power animal because I haven't worked with it in a while, and that specifically wanted to come out today. But evidently, this is how we're starting with the work your light. So thank you, angels and guides, for being here with me in the collective. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What is that? The no card? Yep. No. Wait. Postpone. Pause. Say no. That I just was so clear to me. We still got like 6 planets retrograde, right? So that makes sense to me that we're still this energy of just waiting, chill, wait till and I mentioned this before. It's like we have to wait for these storms to pass. Look at this freaking lightning in the background, right? Again, lightning, power, clarity, but you have to have your eyes open and be looking forward in order to see the things, right? All this darkness coming in, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, crystal clear clarity, boom, a revelation of light. And it happens so quick that you may have thought you missed it or that you were not seeing things correctly, right? I feel like that's very indicative of the signs, the clues, the the kind of like gifts that you're getting. I feel, oh, God, give me the words. It's like, oh, okay, thank you, God. Because I was like, how do I word that? So it's like you're seeing glimpses of your power. You're seeing glimpses of your strength. You're seeing glimpses of your manifestations. Like you're getting quick glimpses into it. So some of you may be, 'cause I know my third eye's been going crazy. Some of you may be getting like prophetic dreams, or you're seeing like different signs or symbols, or you're just not sure. You're not even sure if what you saw was real, right? It happens so fast, or the thing happens so quick that you're just like, was that real? Did I dream that? Did I see that? Did I hear that? You know what I mean? Like you're starting to question yourself, but they're like, no, wait, chill. Like the the momentum is happening, guys, right? So before you jump the gun on something, or before you know, lose yourself trying to force something to happen, which very much, very much, very much, very much I get, because again, we're so Aries full moon, right? Aries is about motion. We if there's not a door, we're ramming our way through a wall and we're gonna make a door, right? But there are times, and I know this very well, that you just have to sit. These storms are happening in your life for you to sit and to observe. And again, with that lightning, things are going to be happening like this, but you have to keep your eyes open, guys. It's so imperative for you guys to be tapped in, tuned in, eyes open, and aware, right? Start tapping into those inner senses. Get grounded, right? Trust your intuition. These things are happening. The soul whispers, right? The ego yells. Your soul is going to whisper to you. Your soul is going to feel like a faint breeze on a hot summer day, right? Out of nowhere, it's burning hot. All you just feel this gentle touch, and then it's gone. That's this message coming in, right? That's this energy coming in. It's coming in, and it's gonna feel faint, and then it's gone. And you're gonna be like, was that even real? Did I even see that? Is that what happened? Yes, right? Those are the clues, the little breadcrumbs that the universe is giving to you. I feel like so funny. It's just like little sprinkles of stardust. It's like little stardust, little fairy dust being sprinkled on you to remind you of who you are, and then it goes. And then a little reminder, and then it goes, a little reminder. So it's like, wait, chill. Let me see where I'm gonna go with this. Let me see what the end of this path looks like, right? Let me see if let me sit with my energy right now and call upon my higher self and tap into my intuition and pray and see, is this the right move for me or not? Are you moving from the energy of faith or fear, right? You cannot have two masters. We all know that. Got shit or get off the pot, right? You in the game or you're not. You pick, right? Pick. So if you're in faith, then you can trust the pause. If you're in faith, then you can trust the storm. If you're in faith, then you can trust the chaos and upheaval going on around you, because you know that it's going to serve your highest and greatest good. You know that in the end, everything is going to be all right, because you're in the eye of the storm, because you're guarded, protected, because you're loved beyond measure. And that this is the universe is always conspiring to help you, right? If you're in faith, you understand that. If you're in fear, you're going to be like a kid under the bed, like, rocking in the closet or something. And I get that. I get that. I don't can't tell you how many times I've cried myself to sleep and just bawled in the fucking shower and just like threw myself on the ground like, God, what the fuck, dude? Like, if I got I felt like freaking Neil Donald Walsh. Like, tell me the rules of the game, dude, because if I'm doing it wrong, I will start over. Hit me the reset button. But this is exhausting. You know what I mean? And it's like, and especially if you're here with me as a light worker, a weight shower, a high vibe tribe, you're probably going through some shit. You're going through some shit. You're getting rocked energetically. You're trying to, deal with your spiritual self, but still living in this fucked up 3D world. And you don't know if you're coming or going half the time. You don't know if what you're feeling is actually right. And it's a lot of it is going against what you've been taught as a child. So now you're just like, well, am I bugging or is everybody else bugging? And then all the people around you that are definitely not supportive of the path that you're on, right? And so then you start doubting even more and questioning even more. That's not the case, right? Like the divine is always pouring into you. Don't start doubting yourself, because the rest of these basic ass humans don't want to have awareness of their life. They don't want to be accountable for their life. They don't understand forgiveness and grace and love, right? You live in joy. You find your peace. You find your happy space. You find your harmony, and then you take it from there. Everybody else will either catch up or be dismissed from your life. It really is that easy, right? You're either coming with or you're staying behind. Shit will get off the pot, people. Then we got deep replenishment. What does it say? Oh, retreat, rest, be held. So Don't move. This equinox is taking you to a point of stillness. There's a pause here that's coming forth. And it's going to be different from each and every one of us, right? We're all on different pathways. But for some of you, it might just be the thing that you got in the forefront of your mind. You might be told to pause or wait because maybe, you're not in alignment with it yet. And we need to be a vibrational match. Or something better will be coming forward for you. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening, right? This is why we're going through the shit we're doing, right? We're here creating a new earth, the 5D earth. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, right? We're doing all the legwork on the groundwork, right? You're on the ground, doing the groundwork. We're here participating, right? On the front lines, right? But this is why we're doing it. So it's not for nothing. And I know it sucks sometimes because you're just like, I'm trying to get moving. I feel stuck or all these storms keep happening, but you're fine. We're all going to be fine. So I love the fact that the equinox is going to bring in for us not only stillness, not only peace, but it's also helping us to recreate the life and the life we want to live on the new earth. Ugh, in English. All right, Gaia, what you got for me? I always clear and shuffle the cards before I get on camera. That's why I don't shuffle a lot while I'm on camera, but I had to say that because I didn't mention that earlier. Sure, most of you know that already, but for the newbies, because we got some new subscribers in the house. What's up? Wow, wind activation. That was a big part of what was happening last night. There's been a lot of activations going on that have been healing the solar plexus, the throat chakra, the root chakra. The rains have brought in a lot of. Sorry, guys, hold on. All right. So the rain has been purifying and cleansing, right? And then the wind has been doing a lot of activating. There's been a lot of new light codes coming in. There's been a lot of spiritual gifts and expansion coming in. And so as we're getting all of that downloaded into our physical avatars, and a lot of you have been having ascension symptoms, right? Restlessness, sleeplessness, dietary changes, like upset stomach, headache, whatever you're going through. I'm not a medical professional, but I recognize the ascension symptoms going through my body and how these pockets of energy need to be pushed out, right? And so as those codes are being downloaded into our physical avatar, they need to then ground and be activated, right? So that we can move forward with it. So Gaia is really supporting us at this time to not only cleanse and purify ourselves and our soul, but also activate it so that we can move forward with it, right? So that when we come out of this energy of the pause, of the no, of the stillness, of rest, of replenishment, right? Then we can get moving, right? And we can use that masculine energy, we can use that fire energy of Aries to get things starting. But we have to come from a place of stillness first. We have to clean up first, right? We have to make sure that the container that we have available has been emptied of the old energy first so that we can embrace and embody the new. Okay. Then you have, ooh, wolf, trust your instinct. Right. This is again, in the stillness, in the quiet, in the pause, right? You're being guided to what? Trust your higher self. This is an alpha wolf, right? By themselves. Great animal instincts, right? Beautiful instincts. The wolf is no joke, but the wolf is good by themselves or in their pack. But you have to trust your instincts, right? Or you'll be hungry. You have to trust your instincts or you'll die, right? This is tapping into our own animalistic nature. We all have the ability to have this. We're all born with it. We just cut it off sometimes. So now you're being guided to reawaken that feminine energy in you and to tap into that intuitive power, right? Love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then, all you need is love. Love is all you need. Compassion. We are the hands of God here on earth, right? You're blessed to be a blessing. The only time you should be looking down upon someone is if you're lifting them back up, right? These are the things. So don't forget that everybody is going through it right now. Everybody's going through it right now. It's not just you, right? You have your storms going on, but guess what? Everybody around you is wet too. You're not the only one. Wow. was a lot. Cards flying everywhere. Oh, look, opening to love. We're right back to it. Our heart is the most powerful organ in our body, right? People believe it's the brain, but actually the heart is actually has a higher power and frequency. So we want to make sure our hearts are stay open. We want to make sure that we're living from love, from faith, from grace, from our higher self, and that we're not allowing the energy of fear to make us constrict, to cause us to be stagnant and stuck. Okay? So you keep your heart open, and guess what? The heart's in the boat, right? And then you're moving forward, right? When we move through love, we get to keep moving forward and moving along. The universe is always in flow. The universe is always in flow. Flying free. I unfurl my wings and fly. So much freedom is coming in with this equinox. So much love, so much healing, right? And just releasing. You see how she's on a bird? All she's got on is a cape, right? Probably for the wind, but she's not holding on to baggage or, skeletons in her closet or nothing like that. No, it's like you gotta let that stuff go so that you can elevate even higher, right? If she would have had a whole bunch of bags and stuff on her, that bird wouldn't be flying so high. That'd be really heavy. So we're here again with the autumnal equinox to release the things that are no longer serving us. Why? Because they're holding us down. They're weighing us down. They're blocking us from the things that we want to manifest. They're blocking us from capturing something new, right? It's like I was looking for something to hold, but it's like say you have like a handful of stuff, right? And someone's trying to give you something more, but you have all this stuff in your hand. And now you can't get the new thing because you have all the stuff in your hand. At some point, you got to let that stuff go so that you can so that you can create space for the new, right? For the new thing that's coming into your life, for the new thing that God is trying to bless you with, for the new miracle, for the new grace, right? You have to be open to receive, but you can't do that if your hands are like this or if they're full, right? Starting fresh. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. I love that. So that's beautiful, right? We're starting a new season. We're starting a new cycle on this planet, right? For those of you that are in the northern hemisphere, I know I keep saying the autumnal equinox. It's not like the spring equinox isn't happening. I love my southern hemisphere people, but I'm biased because I'm autumn. Okay, and I haven't met any springs. Summer, I know it's summer. Her birthday was a couple of days ago. I love my girl Summer. Shout out to you, Summer. Um, but a new thing is starting in your life. So if you're in the southern hemisphere, this is a dual message for you, right? Because this is the springtime. This is your fresh. This is your seeds that are finally starting to take sprout, right? So whatever you were doing in your eclipse season during your autumnal equinox, you're going to start to see that stuff manifest, right? I mean, everyone's going to start to see stuff manifest because this is harvest season, as well as the harvest moon. But it's really about like, again, what were you planting in that garden? What were you planting in that garden? Right now you're about to start seeing stuff, and for the majority of you, I know because we've been doing so much deep work here, it's going to be delicious, right? Like, I think you guys are going to be really pleasantly surprised by how a lot of things turn out. I feel that so strongly from many of you. Like, I can hear the angels like giggling. Like, it's like they're like I don't I don't know what you guys were trying to manifest, but I love the fact that there's all this like it's like heaven is like they can't wait to show you. Oh my gosh, you better please put the comments in the bottom because I need to know. I'm mad nosy. So funny. All right. So we got planting seed. I love the fact that I shuffle on camera just so you guys can see that I'm not full of shit, right? Just so you can see that I'm not full of shit. Planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. So once again, I asked you, what were you planting, right? This harvest season is either going to bring you a cornucopia of deliciousness, or you're going to learn way more about weeds than you ever wanted to know so that you can clean it up for the next season. Either way, there's no wrong path in spiritual truth. Some paths just take a little bit longer, right? But all roads lead to home. And if you don't like how things are looking in your life right now, then you have the opportunity to clean up your garden, right? And do better for the next go around, right? And time is an illusion. So we don't have to literally wait for the next equinox season for this go around. We can make all those changes in the now moment, right? You can do something right now that's going to change your life dramatically tomorrow in the most delicious and positive way. It's easy as just cutting on or cutting off a life switch of a belief in your mind. Okay? Emerging into grace because God is dope. I open my soul to grace. I open my soul to grace. All right? So ask for grace in every area of your life. Grace in your finances, grace over your health, grace over your relationships, grace over your business, right? Grace over where you live, grace for the people in your life that may be struggling or growing through something, right? Ask for grace every single day. No matter what blessing I call in or what thing I'm trying to manifest it, I ask for that thing to be gifted to me under grace, that or something better. If it's not coming to me under grace, I don't want it because there's a possibility that it's been tampered with. And if it's not from me, I don't want it. And if it's not under grace, I don't want it because I don't want to get something the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not going to come to me righteously and miraculously, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need someone dying to benefit me. I don't need someone to get in an accident to benefit me. I don't want myself to get in an accident or to get hurt trying to, make something happen when I could have just fell back, took a moment, went into prayer meditation, connected my energy with the divine, and then followed that guidance, right? Or just allowed myself to receive it. Okay. Looking deeper. Deep within me is a majestic radiance. Yes, and you guys need to all know that. You are the crystals and the gemstones of this earth. Like you are. You are you are more valuable than any diamond, ruby. It doesn't matter what the names are. You guys, you are the seeds of this earth. You are the children of the divine God, right? We're all sons of God. Genders may be different, but we're all coming from the same light, sunlight, right? All of us. So it's time for you to go deeper within yourself and deeper within these situations. What are you missing? What are the hidden blessings? What are the gems that you can take from these life lessons? There's these storms come forth to teach us things, right? There's lessons there. Sometimes it's just cleaning up the energy around us. Sometimes it's just a reminder that things come and go, right? Because the storms don't last forever. Sometimes it's a reminder of our power, like the energy of the lightning, or it helps to assist us activate, the powerful God energy within us, with the wind energy, right? There's always something. So if you're growing through something right now and it's hurting or it's stagnating or it's frustrating you, then you need to ask the divine, ask the Holy Spirit, ask Yeshua, ask whoever you connect with on the other side of the veil. What do I need to know? Reveal to me what I'm missing. Angels and guides, reveal to me what I need to know. Holy Spirit, come, show me my blind spots. What is the purpose of this situation so that I don't have to keep growing through this? I'm tired of this game. Over it. Done. What am I missing, right? Like, go deeper and see the blessings. It's almost like that Five of Cups energy, right? It's like the Five of Cups where you have one person like really frustrated looking at the three cups that are spilled, but they don't realize that there are two cups behind them that are being gifted to them from the divine, right? So it's like we're so busy focusing on the things that we're letting go during this autumnal equinox that you're forgetting about the blessing that comes during the spring equinox, right? And so it's a reminder here, look deeper, right? The things that you're losing, the things that we're being guided to let go, the things that have been taken away from our life are because they are no longer serving us. And I know that that can suck sometimes and it hurts sometimes, especially when we're dealing with other human beings, right? Maybe if you're in a love relationship or someone has crossed over to the other side of the veil, people cross over because their time is done. And despite our human emotion of, no, they wouldn't want it to go, or, you know, their contract is their contract. You don't ever necessarily know what the conversation is, right? I had someone cross over. Sorry, quick side note, but there was someone I crossed over that I used to work with. Very good friends with a couple of other my friends. We were just like associates, no harm, no foul. Just didn't really talk to her like that. But she um crossed over early. I had kids, I had just had babies and just ended up in a hospital for like a routine thing, and she ended up dying. And so one of my friends was so upset, devastated. That was like her best friend, and she was just like, and I'm like, listen, soul contracts are this. Sometimes things happen, and people opt out of coming back because they know they can serve us more on the other side. They know that they know from a spiritual sense that them not being here is actually going to benefit this person. And although right now you may not see that because you're in your human emotion, you miss your friend. I'm telling you, it's bigger than that, right? Got a whole like argument about no, you don't know that. I said, all right, well, I don't know that, right? So then they go to a medium And she calls the person in, our friend, and the person starts telling her like what happened. Like, yeah, it was routine. They made a mistake. The doctor realized they made a mistake, and she had a choice. And the choice was, do you want to go back and potentially deal with, whatever the repercussions is of this, or do you want to stay where you're at? And when you're in that scenario, they're showing you very clearly how the paths are going to potentially play out for all the people involved. So she saw her kids and her husband and her mother and how this was going to affect them short term and long term, right? And then she saw what would happen, and she opted to stay on the other side of the veil, right? And so I'm having this conversation, so now I have to have a second conversation with my friend about the fact that I was right because you don't always know, right? We don't always know what's going on. So there's a lot of things that are going to be removed from our lives, and we may not always understand why. But understand that there's always a bigger picture. Understand that God always has our best interests at heart. Understand that even those that we have lost are not lost, they're not gone. My Nana's birthday was on the 16th of September. Happy belated birthday, Nana. I've been giving her shouts out every day. And today's my sister's birthday, actually. Happy birthday to my sister. And my cousin Brian. Oh my God, this is also the day that my cousin Charlene died. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on this day. Oh wow. Uh, okay. Sorry, I just had a moment there. Um, wow, I missed them. All right, anyway, my nana, my cousin that helped to raise me, she was like a second mom. They both crossed over, and I've been feeling my nana's energy super hard, super heavy, because I've been like growing through some things, and I'm like, God, I need some help with these things. I'm getting frustrated. I'm about to burn the world down. You better come get your kids. And like my nana, I'm like, Nana, what the fuck? Like, you need to help me out, So I've been like growing through all these different things, and I've been feeling her. I feel her energy, right? I've been feeling her like shifting things around and moving things around and really helping me out recently because I've been doing too much. So look deeper at the lessons, right? I understand that I've been put in certain situations and grow through certain things for the grace, for the gift. Told you guys, whatever goes on in life, ask two questions. What is the lesson and where is the grace? It's gonna be there somewhere. It's gonna be there somewhere, but it's up for you to look. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding are available to us all, but we have to ask. The angels can't do shit to help you unless you ask. Everything is about you making the move and then the universe supporting that move, right? You set the desire, you plant the seed, you put the ball in motion, and then the universe shows up for you. But ain't shit gonna happen if you ain't doing nothing. And it starts with just aligning with that energy. And what do you want? What do you desire? What are you calling into your life? What does your happily ever after look like to you? Right? Are you unhappy in your relationship, or what does an ideal relationship look like? Are you unhappy with your partner? All right, well, what are you looking for in your partner? And are you reflecting that back? Right? Like, we always have an option to look at something and to ask some really deep questions, but you have to start opening yourself up. And then you have to be honest about it as well. Right? No more betraying ourselves, no more lying to ourselves, no more trying to just keep it comfortable and safe. Right? And you're gonna make a lot of people really angry and uncomfortable. You're gonna make yourself angry and uncomfortable sometimes when you start having these fucking conversations. Everybody's a bad guy in somebody's story. It is what it is, right? Igniting courage. I'm strong, valiant, and courageous. Yeah. So when you do get that inspired action to keep things moving, guess what? Get up and get going, right? We're pausing. We're pausing right now. Pause is temporary, right? Your rest is temporary. Like, you go to bed at night, cool. I went to bed, I got some rest, and I got to get up in the morning and get to work. Ain't shit changed? Oh, look, bottom of the deck, simplifying your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. So during this quiet time, during the stillness, not get your household in order. For many of you, this energy is literally feng shuiing or decluttering your house. Like, your energy, for many, okay, so for many of you, this is about just cleansing your energetic space in your home. But there's a small few of you who need to actually like clean your house. Like, I want you to get under your beds. If you have any type of storage under your bed that you can find another place for it, get it out of there. Check your closets, right? I want you to like start wiping things down. Check the corners of your home. I want you to clean your house. And I'm not saying this because I'm coming over with a fucking white glove to expect it. I'm saying this because it's going to cleanse your energy and it's going to help you to manifest even more, right? We're coming into harvest season. We're coming into eclipse season. We're manifesting. We're growing. We got like 6 planets in retrograde, and a lot of them are helping to manifest some of these delightful surprises that are coming into your life. But you have to clean up your house and clean up your energetic field. And this is your physical house, like wherever the fuck you live, as well as your like physical house for your soul, right? Like I'm talking about like your bedrooms, your living rooms, your kitchens, your bathrooms, right? Find a place for things. Get some storage. Go to the dollar store and like put some stuff in a container, put it away. Get the stuff from under your bed. Maybe dust, mop, sweep something. Why are we doing all this? Because when we have a cleansed energy space, right, then our minds are cleansed as well, right? Our external world is a reflection of our internal world. So if you got chaos and calamity all around you, hello, bitch, your mind is fucked up too. You know what I mean? And not necessarily on purpose, right? But you just got a lot going on. I know a lot of creatives that are messy, right? They're just messy. Not necessarily dirty, but messy. And they clean stuff up and as they're moving things, they're getting more, creative, more energetic flow. They start to come up with new projects. Why? Because now they have a clean space and that cluttered energy isn't there anymore. So I'm telling you, clean up because it's going to help you manifest. It's going to help you to cleanse your energy. It's going to help to bring you into alignment with that and what you desire. It's going to help you to have clarity and focus. Okay? Not about the fact that people are going to come over and judge you. It's about your energy. Okay? Moose, bottom of the deck. Authority, you know what's best for you. I like that. I like that. I like that energy a lot, actually. 31:31. I just saw on the clock. Thank you, angels and guys. Let's get some final messages from this power animal deck. Spirit animals, what do you got to say? All right. That's so funny. I saw the badger during the cut. Dig in and see it through to completion. Perseverance. Wait does not mean give up, right? The no to that and what you're calling in does not mean give up. Sometimes the no is just not right now. Maybe you wanted to collaborate with someone or work with a certain company or do something and you were rejected in that space. Then they're not the person or the place for you. It doesn't mean that you give up on your goals and dreams. It just means that this energy is in alignment with that energy. And so this energy has got to go. Point blank simple. Eagle, yes, spirit. Trust in your higher self. Right back to that higher self, intuition, God energy flowing through you, right? We had that with the wolf earlier. Instinct. You have to trust in you. You. You need to trust in you. Trust. How does the universe speak through you? How does it speak to you? When you pray, when you're talking to, the universe or source or spirit or God or whatever you choose to word it, like, how are you receiving your responses? Are you open to receiving responses? Are you just getting on your knees and just crying and begging and pleading and then just walking around with your head down thinking that everything is going to change? Or are you open to listening to the messages that are coming through you? Are you willing to get up and get moving and take those steps when the inspired action is shown to you, right? Like you have to take accountability for your life. And again, there's never a point where our higher self, where God, where the angels, our answers are not pouring into us. It's us being open to it. So tapping into that energy, getting grounded, right? Like really connecting with that root chakra energy and opening that energy up to allow yourself to soar even higher, right? Trees have really deep roots the taller they are. Why? Because the deeper you go, the grounded you are, the higher you can ascend. We're like human trees, right? It's the same thing. I love the fact that that came out. You know what is best for you. That was at the bottom of the deck before we started, right? So you are your own authority. Again, you need to take accountability for your life. So there are things that are going to be removed from your life. There are things going to be shaken up. You got a lot of blessings coming in. Don't get me fucked up. You got a lot of blessings coming in. But there's going to be a few hiccups and, things that might occur along the way or during the way or might throw you off or might happen so fast that you're not sure if you saw what you saw. That's why you trust your inner self, trust your higher self, trust your wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding, that clarity, right? Keep your eyes open, stay grounded, keep your hearts open. Tap in to your intuition, right? My third eye's been going crazy for a couple of days, so I just know that there's more coming in. All right. And then bottom of the deck, last card, adaptability. Adapt to the changes that are happening. Gotta be flexible, people. Gotta be flexible. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening, coming in, going out. The universe is flowing. It's up to us to adapt, right? When the waters are flowing, and sometimes you're in the ocean and it's gentle, and you're just like, yay. And sometimes you're in the ocean and you're like, okay, I need to get back to shore, right? Like you have to be aware of what's going on in order to adapt. In order to adapt, you have to have your eyes open so that you know what moves to make. If nothing else has come through this reading, it's like keep your eyes open and keep your heart open, right? Eyes open, heart open. If your heart is open, your soul is going to speak to you. That's automatically going to connect you to your higher self, right? And if your eyes are open, then you'll be able to take the information that's coming from your higher self and make fucking moves in this 3D reality. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there because I got shit to do and people keep stalking me. 12 o'clock. Love you. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Have a delicious autumnal or spring equinox wherever you're at in this world. Make sure that you guys are staying grounded during this eclipse season. Do not put your crystals out under the eclipse. It tends to throw the energies a little off. And if you can, get in a bath, get some salt water, get on to nature, do what you need to do. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Later, my beloved.